Hey fishers, we've got a lot of action around us in some areas, but because of that extreme heat we had last week sort of slowed things down a little bit through the week. It made it a little bit on the tough side, with the exception, Dartmouth Dam fished well. Talking to Meso, and he tells me that there was a fair few people catching fish, but the ones that were using downriggers, and they were getting their lures down, or their forward fenders with a mud eye or a scrub worm behind it, down about 20 to 30 feet. So that was pretty essential for consistent fishing down there. There's still a few yabbies getting caught at dart, so it doesn't look too bad down there. Certainly worth the effort. All the streams are fishing very, very well for this time of year. Obviously that little bit of rain we're getting just tops them up a bit, keeps the oxygen there, keeps them cranking. Hopper time, definitely, so go and drift a few hoppers around, you get all the fish you want, all the trout you want, that is. Hume Weir, it was all right, and it will be good again if we can keep up this cooler weather, but what happened basically, if that extreme heat slowed it down a little bit, there was a reasonable amount of redfin caught. Yellows and cod are a bit slow there at the moment, and again it's probably because it's too hot, but redfin, you'll get a feed without too much trouble. Getting some reasonable reports from Wagga. It's not going crazy, but it's there's cod everywhere, to be honest with you, and it's not too hard to catch them. Lure fishing, bait fishing, it doesn't really matter. Casting surface lures around, wherever you want to go and put in the effort. But the next couple of months is going to really crack, I can assure you. We're in a perfect situation at the moment. Good water levels everywhere, and it's looking real promising. The Murray below the Hume, a little bit of activity there. Murrumbidgee River around Wagga, yeah, how good do you want it? Fantastic. Water temperature is about 20.6 degrees at Wagga. It's about just under 2.5 metres. It's going to vary a little bit depending on irrigation flows, but we're really pumped with it. There's a lot of cod getting caught, a few yellow belly. Lure, bait, doesn't really matter a great deal, whatever you want to do. There's no real secrets to it, just find a bit of structure, keep moving around, you will get plenty of fish without any trouble at all. Even above Wagga, Wanabadju, Nangus up through that area, some pretty respectable catches out of there as well. Blowering Dam, a bit on the tough side. Redfin are there in reasonable numbers. The cod and the yellows, you're getting a few, but they're working pretty hard for them. A lot of hours between them. We're going away from the full moon now. I reckon the next best run's going to be on the new moon, and it'll be in the middle of the day. Well, not so much in the middle of the day, but early morning, late afternoon scenario, rather than trolling all hours of the night. Still worth a shot at the nighttime thing, but that daytime thing is where most of the activity is going to be, I can assure you. And you'll get a few redfin amongst them without too much trouble. Tumut River's worth a bit of a shot, getting a few trout out of it. Mainly heavier type lures like blades, tassies, that sort of thing. CD, rapalas, bullet lures, anything of that nature. Anything that sinks, not a floating lure. It'll cover your options well. Tentangra, reasonable, I would put it down as. It's not going crazy, but it's reasonable. Again, this heat's slowing things down a little bit. Yukonbean, Jindabyne, a little bit of activity out of there. Put in a bit of time super early in the morning and late in the afternoon, but that early morning session seems to be the best. Wangler and Burrinjuck. Well, Wangler's the pick of them at the moment. Had a few quiet days during that intense heat, but it's starting to fire up again a little bit now, so we're getting quite a few cod out of it. Trolling with big spinnerbaits is still the answer down there. Burrinjuck, lots of redfin. I reckon one of the reasons the cod and the yellows are slowed down a little bit in Blowering and Burrinjuck is because there's an intense number of redfin around, and that's what they're feeding on most of the time. Just a theory on my part, but I reckon that might have something to do with it, because you keep an eye on Wangler, there's not many redfin, hardly any redfin in Wangler. I've only heard 3 or 4 in the last couple of years. They've got to feed on something, your lures are what they're going to feed on, I can assure you of that. So big spinnerbaits, fish food spinnerbaits in particular, medium to large hammerheads, can't beat them at Wangler. So things look really hot there at the moment. Well, this is the Compleat Anglers Fishing Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.